There was a little girl, and she had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was... The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane, starring Jodie Foster, the sensation of Taxi Driver, and Bugsy Malone, in another superb performance as Wren, who seemed all sugar and spice, but something not so nice was buried out in her garden. You can thank heaven for little girls, but you can thank hell for the little girl who lives down the lane. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
Foolish mortal, you have inadvertently tuned into the forbidden frequency. It's Zombie Astronaut's Frequency of Fear.
Okay, so you randomly picked a small town.
Yes?
Some incredibly isolated farming community named Eggleston, is it?
Yes.
Sprayed it with a variation of your Miracle Grows plant protein compound.
Yes.
And we're going to visit the aforementioned small town to see the results of your experiment.
Yes, yes, and yes. Honestly, you act as though we hadn't gone over this before we set out for Eggleston.
We didn't. You said we were going to Wacky Land to ride the Crimson Spatula.
It's practically the same thing.
No, it's not. Being flung at high speeds from the end of the world's biggest spatula has absolutely squat in common with going to a tiny farming community to be eaten by the local plant life.
Oh, we won't be eaten by the local plant life. Besides, if you did get eaten, it's not as though you've never been eaten by giant plants before. Why, getting eaten by giant plants is probably second nature to you by now.
Not by choice.
Did I mention Eggleston is the pie capital of the United States? The pie capital of the entire United States. I'm so excited I could vomit like a little schoolgirl.
I don't eat pie. I don't eat pie, so I don't care. Stop giggling, you big fruitcake. I want to go to Wacky Land and ride the big spatula. Couldn't you have at least experimented on a small town closer to my place?
I'm not talking to you, Mr. Grumpy Pants. I'm ignoring you and thinking about pie.
Whatever. Maybe there's something on the radio.
Howdy, folks. This is Farmer Flapnoodle, coming to you from the pie capital of the USA, Eggleston. After greasing a few palms at the FDA, pie is now officially one of the 4 food groups. We got rid of the fruits and vegetables. Anywho, whereas the doctors would go around saying pie was bad for you when you ate 5 or 6 for dinner, now it ain't no problem. You can eat as many of them pies as you want, while they're filled with vitamin P. So stop in Eggleston on your way to anywhere, really, and buy one of Farmer Flapnoodle's pies. Farmer Flapnoodle's Pie Factory churns out millions of these suckers every day, so there's plenty of pie to choose from. Come try my pie, folks.
Try some of these pies, you might want 4 or 5. They're so gosh darn good you'll want to die.
Hey, that's quite catchy.
Fruits and vegetables.
Vitamin P. 4 or 5, they're so...
Howdy, folks. This is
On every station? That's a little unusual.
Oh, it is quite a catchy commercial, and it's about pie.
Doc, watch where you're going. You're hitting cows in the road.
What is that? Is it raining?
Doc, where's the road? Doc, we're in a cow pasture. When's the last time you looked where you were going?
Let's see. I believe when I crushed that smart car next to your driveway.
What?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. I really need to build myself a monster truck. I'm in a cow pasture. Why didn't you tell me?
I did, you lunatic!
Now, I ask you, why did you come on this trip with me if you weren't going to watch where I was going?
Because you demanded I go. At gunpoint. After hitting me with a rock.
Well, I see we made it back to the road.
So this is Eggleston.
Quite possibly. Check the sign stuck in the cow coop on the front of the Winnebago.
Welcome to Eggleston. Population 102. Seriously?
Just enough people to make pie, with a few left over for experiments.
Where are the 102 people?
Eh? Oh, well, maybe they knew I was coming. Maybe they're making me pie. Oh, pie.
Maybe so, but that doesn't explain all the blood smeared down the main drag.
Curse you. Start.
Sounds like you got a cow stuck in there somewhere.
Yes?
So what was that all about?
Me? Well, I was just weighing my options in the face of certain unforeseen factors in my experiment.
You can't start the Winnebago, fleeing Eggleston for your life, and leaving me here with a mysterious blood trail snaking down the main drag.
Yes, but that sounds so unscientific. I like my version much better. Big words and all that.
Uh-huh.
Well, I can't exactly note the outcome of my experiment if I become part of the outcome of my experiment, can I? Oh, start, you ridiculous monstrosity, start! Just checking.
We really only have one option, Doc.
Oh, look for pie to eat. Pie does calm my nerves.
No, Doc.
Especially Valium pie.
Doc, would you just... Valium pie? Seriously?
Oh, we really should time travel you back to the Haight-Ashbury during the late 60s. You'd be surprised at what made it into some of those pies. But stay away from the brown lattice crust.
We need to find something to get the cow out of the engine and get the heck out of here.
Oh, all right. Lead the way.
While Doc and I go look for some manner of cattle extraction tool, why don't you listen to this bit of OTR? This podcast is creepy child themed, and this first bit of OTR is full of them. Mary and her husband are moving back into the home where she grew up and where her parents were murdered. Mary's not keen on the idea, and less so when she begins hearing children, the neighborhood children who aren't there. Her husband starts to worry when he starts to hear and see them as well. Listen now to the Nightfall episode, Child's Play.
In the dream, you are falling, lost in the listening distance, as dark locks in. Nightfall. Good evening. Childhood memories for most of us are often the very best of all. But for some of us, they contain the key to who we are now. The key that unlocks the door to rooms we may never wish to visit again. Tonight's story, from the far from nostalgic pen of Arthur Samuels, is called Child's Play.
Mary? You haven't said a word the whole trip. You still won't tell me what's bothering you.
You know what's bothering me.
Okay. I was hoping it'd wear off, that you'd come around to my point of view.
And what about mine?
Honey, it just doesn't make sense. Well, look, here we are, with a genuine, once-in-a-lifetime windfall right in our laps, and you... Are you sure we're on the right road? You said 5 miles from the turnpike.
It's the right road. Don't you think I'd know? Take a left after that bridge. We're almost there.
Wow. I don't believe it. This house is fantastic. And much bigger than you said. Must be, 10, 12 rooms?
I don't remember.
Sitting on 30 acres. It's unbelievable. I'm going to take a look around.
Arthur? And then what are you going to do?
Mary, dear, you must do as your father tells you. He knows what's good for you.
But why can't I play with the other kids around here? They're nice.
Nice, you say? The spawn of the devil, just like their parents. Lazy, corrupt, evil in thought and in deed. I will not have my daughter contaminated by them.
Daddy! Your father is right, dear. Those children haven't had your upbringing. They're godless heathen.
That's not fair. My teacher at school says it's wrong to say bad things about people, to judge them without even knowing them.
School. They're trying to corrupt her, too. Well, I won't have it, do you hear? I want Mary out of that den of iniquity immediately.
Mother?
But Dennis, her education.
Look at these books. Do you know what they mean? Comparative religions. Darwin. Biology of the human body. This isn't education, it's blasphemy.
But, Daddy...
The tools of Satan. No, I've made up my mind. You will not spend another day in that school. We'll attend to your education, and better than they.
But how? Where, Dennis?
Here. Here in this house where she'll be protected. Away from that school, and away from those children. Here she'll be safe. Safe.
I don't believe it. You weren't allowed to play with other kids, not even allowed to go to school. What kind of religious nuts were they?
They meant well. They knew what was good for me.
Yeah. Now, I'm beginning to understand. I'm sorry, honey. I had no idea.
Arthur, please, let's leave. We can find another place.
What with? We're broke. And your father's will stipulated that you inherit the house only if you marry, and only if you live in it. Otherwise it goes to your aunt. Wouldn't that be stupid?
I don't care.
Well, I do. Mary, it's crazy to give up a place like this just because of what happened in the past. It's a new life for us.
I couldn't ever be happy here.
You could at least try. Yes, try, and maybe you ought to start by thinking of someone else besides yourself. Mary, what is it?
Listen.
Listen to what?
Voices outside. Children.
I don't hear a thing. Wait a minute, though. I'll see if I can see something. No one. Not a soul. Anyway, what would children be doing out here? You must have been imagining.
I was so sure. Shh. There, again. Can't you hear them?
No. Hey, you putting me on or what?
They're gone. I don't understand. I was so sure I heard...
Forget it, honey. You're just worn out. It's been a tough day for you. Come on. Let's go to bed.
No. No, Arthur. No, it's no good. Please, I can't. Please.
All right. Forget it.
I'm sorry. You're angry with me.
No, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed, I guess. I mean, it's like going back to square one.
You mean my breakdown, don't you?
Honey.
Well, say it. 2 whole years when you had a wife who was useless in bed.
And we agreed not to talk about it. Come on, take it easy. Mary? Is that the room where your parents... where it happened?
Yes. That's where it happened. My room.
someone, something.
Oh, nonsense. Your nerves again, Martha. Waking me up for nothing.
I'm so sure I heard
Well, you said it came from Mary's room. Well, here we are. There she is, sound asleep. I'm going back to bed.
Dennis.
Hmm?
Dennis.
What is it now?
Behind you. Look out.
Huh?
Oh, no. In God's name, please. Not me. Oh, don't.
As coroner, it is my judgment that both the deceased, Mr. and Mrs. Hammond, died as a result of multiple knife wounds at the hand of a person or persons unknown, and that the matter now be handed to the county police for investigation.
Here, one more nail ought to do it. There. How does that look, child bride?
Great. You're a genius.
Genius, sure. But a carpenter? I never thought I had it in me. Hey, look at that veranda floor. Flat and solid. And the railing straight as... Mary? Honey, what is it?
Nothing. I thought I heard...
I hear it, too.
What?
The wind and the poplars. Great sound. Great place, great life. Honey, you know what we've got here? A paradise.
I keep hearing them. Children.
Forget it. Come over here. Now, look around you. Green forest for miles. And there's a fantastic little trout stream just a few hundred yards in. And over there, see, that abandoned farmer's field lined with poplar as far as the eye can see. And this house, when I finish with it, it'll last another 100 years. And to have all this to ourselves, it's almost immoral. Hey, have you been listening to me? Come on, here I am, waxing poetic, and you okay?
Yes. I'm fine. Just a little restless. It'll pass.
Well, that was a good day's work, 2 whole chapters. Mary, you keep staring out the window as though you were expecting someone. Another lover, maybe?
What? Oh, I'm sorry, Arthur. What were you saying?
I said I finished another 2 chapters of the novel. I'll tell you, this one's going to make it and big. I feel it in my bones. Well?
Well, what?
Well, I could stand a little enthusiasm. How come you haven't asked to read any of it? You always used to. Or are you afraid it'll be another one of those,
Well, Arthur, it's good, only don't you think it's a little weak here and here and here?
You never listen to my opinions anyway.
That's not true. Well, anyway, this time I'd like you to. You're doing it again. What are you staring at out there?
Nothing. I'm just listening. To the children.
What children? Are you on that kick again? Mary, how many times do you...
Don't you hear them out there?
No, I don't. Wait a minute. I do hear something. What the hell is going on out there? I'll take a look out the window. Well, too dark. I can't see a thing.
But you hear them, don't you?
I hear something, but... Children? How could there possibly be...
Arthur.
Stay there. You never know who it might be this time of night. Maybe someone lost, looking for directions. I don't see any. Hey! Who's out there? It's a little girl. What are you doing out here this time of night?
Can Mary come out to play?
What are you talking about? What do you want?
Can Mary come out to play?
Arthur.
Mary, don't come near the door. Stay where you are, do you hear? All right, little girl, you're playing a joke. Is that it?
Mary! Can Mary come out to play?
No, she can't. What do you mean coming here this time of night? It's almost midnight. Do your parents know where you... Go away. Go home, do you hear me? Leave us alone. Mary, stay away from that window.
But
Do what I say! I don't believe it. Where the hell did that child come from and the others?
The neighborhood.
What neighborhood? There hasn't been a neighborhood here since that thing with your parents. You told me, didn't you? You told me everybody around here sold and moved out, and there's been nobody since.
Yes.
Then why do you talk about the neighborhood as though it still exists? As though those children exist. I'm going to call the police.
But Arthur...
Listen, this thing's just too weird to ignore. There's got to be some explanation.
Weston County Police, Sergeant Doherty.
Sergeant, this is Arthur Hager. My wife and I are at the Hammond house. It's out near the...
Oh, well, yeah, I know the place, Mr. Hager. Your wife, that'd be the Hammond girl.
Yes, Mary Hammond, my wife.
Okay. What can I do for you, Mr. Hager?
Listen, this is going to sound crazy. It is crazy. But these children...
How's that? Did you say children, Mr. Hager? What children?
I don't know. But my wife's been hearing them outside for the last couple of days, ever since we got here.
Oh, maybe families camping nearby.
No, nothing like that. I've scouted the property for a couple of miles on every side, and there's no sign of anybody. Now, these kids must be from the town. There must be a gang of them.
Oh, that's hardly likely, Mr. Hager. You're a good 10 miles from the town. Maybe what your wife's been hearing...
The wind. The trees. Yeah, that's what I thought, too, until a few minutes ago. Now, I heard them myself. I even saw one of them.
Where?
Right at my door. She knocked. And when I answered, she was standing there asking... this is ridiculous. Asking whether my wife could come out to play.
You say this happened a few minutes ago? It's past midnight.
Don't you think I know that? Why do you think I'm calling?
Now, take her easy, Mr. Hager. I just can't figure out how any child from anywhere around here would be hanging about up your way, especially this time of night.
What are you saying? That I'm hearing and seeing things, that I'm drunk or crazy?
No, sir, I'm not saying anything like that, but, for the life of me, I can't think of any kids from this town that would be anywhere near you.
Will you listen to me? I tell you they're out there. I hear them right now, and you keep telling me they don't exist?
Wait a minute. You say you're hearing them right now?
Yes, well, they're gone now, but I tell you they were out there a second ago.
All right, Mr. Hager, I'll tell you what. You just try to relax, and, I'll drive out there first thing in the morning and check it out, okay?
Mr. Hager?
Yes, Sergeant Doherty?
Morning. I see you've been doing some work around the place.
Sergeant...
your wife not around?
No, she's upstairs lying down. She's not feeling too well.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I remember her real well.
Oh?
Well, I knew her when, 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be, 25 now?
Yes. How did you...
I was heading up the investigation. Damnedest thing I ever saw.
Yeah, must have been pretty horrible.
That, and strange, too. We never did find the killer, or killers.
Well?
Drew a complete blank. Still don't make sense to me.
What do you mean?
Well, there wasn't a clue. Never found the murder weapon. It's probably one of them long kitchen knives.
Oh.
The weird part was nothing in the house seemed to be missing, including a fair amount of cash the Hammonds kept around.
Well, why is that surprising? Whoever the intruder was must have been discovered by the Hammonds, panicked, killed them, ran off.
Seems like, but, well, that don't rightly explain the stab wounds in the bodies. It was cut up something awful.
Mary couldn't help you much, I suppose.
No, child was hysterical. Well, imagine being woke up out of a sound sleep to see your own parents being murdered. Dark room and all.
Sergeant, about these children.
Oh, yeah, the children. What did she look like?
Who?
The one you saw.
Oh, I don't know. About 7 or 8, I suppose. I mean, I didn't get a good look at her. It was dark out in the porch. I just saw her in the shadows.
And?
And what?
What did she say?
I told you. Can Mary come out to play? Something like that.
Huh. That don't make much sense, does it?
I didn't say it made sense, Sergeant. I'm telling you what happened.
Okay. Take it easy. Well, I checked around on the way up here. Couldn't have been any children within 10 miles of here last night, far as I can make out. Townspeople's kids are all tucked away and asleep at the time you claimed.
You still don't believe me. All right, forget it, Sergeant. Forget it. I'll deal with it myself.
Okay. Sorry I couldn't be more help. Anyway, my regards to your wife.
What?
I said my regards to Mary, your wife. She'll remember me. We talked quite a bit after the killings. Poor child. Awful business that was. Never could figure it out.
Ah, boy. Talk about peaceful, eh? Look at that moon. I wonder why it always looks twice as big out here. Mary, you haven't said a word all evening. Honey, where are you going?
Just out for a walk.
Well, hang on, I'll go with you.
No. Arthur, do you mind? I'd like to go by myself.
Yes, I do mind. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea right now. Mary, I said...
Let me go. I am not a child, you know.
I didn't say you were. But until we find out about the... Why do you keep staring out there like that? You hear them, don't you? Don't you? And you want to go to them? Answer me.
Yes. And you can't stop me. Let me go.
Oh, no, you're not going. Back. Damn room. Back. Get into the house, Mary.
No. Let me go.
I said get into the house. Now. There.
You've no right.
Mary, listen to me. We're in danger. I don't know what it is, but none of it makes sense. But please, honey, you've got to promise me you won't step out of this house. There's you they're waiting for out there, and I won't let them have you. Do you understand?
Let me go.
All right, that's it. Get upstairs. Come on.
What are you doing? You're hurting me.
I'm going to make damn sure you stay put. Now give me that key, Mary.
What?
The key to that room upstairs, the one you kept.
It's in my purse.
No, it isn't. I've already checked. You've got it on you, haven't you?
No. Leave me alone. You're hurting me.
Then keep still. It's in one of your jean pockets. There. I thought so.
Give it back to me. You've no right. Where are you taking me?
Nowhere. The only place I can lock you in and know you'll be safe from those damn...
Arthur, no. You're not in that room. Oh, please, not there. I promise. I'll do anything you want. But don't. Just...
I don't trust you. Now get in there.
No. I'm afraid. Arthur, don't.
Get I'm sorry, honey. But I can't think of anything else to do. Oh, Mary, please don't. I had to do this, don't you understand? I'll let you out just as soon as they give up and you come to your senses. As soon as this madness ends. Check all the doors, the windows, and get help. Oh, God, no. Not again. What do you want?
Can Mary come out and play?
Leave us alone, damn you!
Weston County Police, Sergeant
Doherty, this is Arthur Hager.
Yes, Mr. Hager. Anything wrong?
There's plenty wrong. Listen to me. You don't know what's happening here. They're back. And
now, Mr. Hager.
Damn it, I said listen! Now get over here. And hurry.
Mr. Hager? Mr. Hager, you still there?
Oh, my God. Mary. Listen, I can't talk now. Please. No questions. Just hurry! Mary? It's me. What's wrong?
They're hurting me. Help me.
Oh, Christ. Mary? Where are you? Why are the lights off?
I'm here, Arthur. Over here.
Where's the damn light switch? Here. Mary, you were screaming. I thought...
You thought you could keep me locked up. Keep me from my friends. Well, you can't, Arthur. Not anymore.
Mary, you're upset. You don't know what you're saying. It was only for your own good.
Oh, that's what they always said. You mustn't go out anymore, Mary. You mustn't ever go out. And you can't play with the other children. Oh, that's what they always said. It's for your own good.
Mary, that was a long time ago. That's all in the past.
And now, you won't let me either. You won't let me go out to play. Well, I'll show you. Just like I showed them.
No. Mary, what are you doing? Where did you get that?
There wasn't a clue. Never found the murder weapon. Probably one of them long kitchen knives.
That knife. It was you. You killed your parents. Oh, Mary, how could you?
It was easy. I tricked him. Just like I tricked you into coming in here, Arthur.
No.
See? I'm a lot smarter than you think.
No, don't, Mary, please. Put that knife down. You don't know what you're doing.
Oh, yes, I do. It's easy, see? All I have to do is this. And this. And this. See, Arthur? I told you should have let me go. Just like I told Mommy and Daddy. Well, now none of you can stop me. Too bad for you. Too bad for you.
Not a sign of a single one of the 102 inhabitants of Eggleston. Maybe we... Doc? Doc? Doc! Doc? Doc, what are you doing in here?
Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. This town is full of pie shops. Like this one. Look at all these pies. Pecan, lemon meringue, chocolate silk, pumpkin, mince. Oh.
How is this helping us get out of here?
Maybe I should stay. Maybe I should go and take these with me.
What was that?
There's only one way to find out. Excuse me, are you man or pie?
What kind of pie makes that kind of noise?
Clearly you have no experience in these matters.
Pies don't throw knives either.
You've never been to a high tea in Slumgully, young man.
Doc, let's go.
Wait, I've got a plan.
Do I freak out before or after you tell me what your plan is? All right. I didn't know you had a weapon on you. What is it? What is it? What is it? Wait, don't tell me it's like a vaporizer with a atomizing, with a laser sights and,
This is an interdimensional pie rack. It can hold thousands of pies and still fit in the palm of my hand.
A pie rack? Doc, I've got a knife sticking out of my chest. That's a good indicator that we need to get the heck out of here.
Yes. 1 second, my boy. Let's see, one of these. Oh, how delightful. 3 of these.
Give me one of those. I got it!
Oh, what a waste. Poor pie. I have plenty of throwing rocks on me. You could have asked.
Now let's see who our assailant is. What? Doc, look at this.
What? What is so important you must interrupt my pie collecting?
Look who is throwing knives at us.
It's a little... boy? There. Children. Get it into a shallow grave while I get back to pie collecting.
Why would a child be throwing knives at us?
Because they're evil, vile little creatures. Children are just evil, man, and not a good evil like you and me. Think about it. Moon men, good or bad evil?
Doc.
Bad evil. And why is that?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
They're extremely childish. They are.
That doesn't sound right at all.
I'm almost certain I read that somewhere. What are you going to believe, reason and logic, or something I'm pretty sure I might have possibly read someplace?
You mad scientists drive me crazy.
Why, once when I was stark naked in public... Wait, what's that?
I've never been so happy to hear you change the subject.
Cease your sarcasm. Science is happening all around us. Well, not in that corner over there.
Where?
You see, in that corner over there with the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean.
But everywhere else around us, science is happening. Look out the window.
Holy crap. Is that rhubarb?
They're ginormous. Just think of what wonderful pies they'll make. Though they do cause a bit of flatulence. Let's go get some samples for me to test.
Whatever you feel like doing, it's not like I can stop you.
This is stupendous. With rhubarb this size, I could start my own pie-making sweatshop, bake shop. Ooh, maybe I could use some of those knife-throwing Rugrats in my sweatshop, bake shop. I could rival Kathy Lee. Sarah Lee.
Doc.
Don't disturb me now. My idea train is speeding down the tracks, and it must not be derailed.
Doc, there's something in the rhubarb with...
Toot, toot.
Doc, there's something in the rhubarb with us. Doc, was that your stomach?
I'm afraid it was not.
Let us take this time to flee.
What a charming idea.
Crazy. It puts me in danger every single time. We should still be running.
I don't think we have anywhere to go.
Interlopers.
You must be sacrificed to he who eats the pies.
Ah, that would be me.
No.
I do eat the pies.
He's not talking about you.
I mean, man, oh man, can I eat the pies?
He's not talking about you.
All right, you don't have to be so irritable. I did win quite a few pie-eating contests in my day. He could be me.
He means that, you blabbering boob.
I bet I can eat way more of the pies than whatever that is can.
Just run.
Yes, running. Any direction you prefer.
That way works for me.
That way over there?
See over there?
Right there.
No, a little more to your right.
There?
No, your other right.
Ah, over in that direction.
How many different directions can be your right?
Several, actually.
How?
A number of unspecified time travel experiments that have caused irreparable damage to the space-time continuum.
Oh,
but that's not the point.
Let's try that one.
That one?
Yep, that's the direction I had in mind.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
After you.
Oh, no, Zombie, my friend, after you.
No, I insist.
And I would be rude if I did not insist.
No, old friend, I... Make room, old-timer.
Out of my way, you bloody broomstick.
Watch it, you stuck a thumb in my eye socket.
Why do you do that anyway?
Do what?
I mean, why do you pant?
That's a stupid question. Jeez. While we figure out what to do next, why don't you listen to a little more OTR? This creepy child tale is an episode of The Mysterious Traveler. The Good Die Young. This tale is about a child who isn't just spoiled, who isn't just rotten, she's also psychopathic. Listen now to The Mysterious Traveler, The Good Die Young.
The Mysterious Traveler. This is the Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join him on another journey into the realm of the strange and terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves. I hope it's not making you nervous, being alone with me here in the dark. Darkness stirs strange terrors in some minds, particularly those of children. For children live in a world of their own, a world far removed from that of adults. Who among us knows the psychology of the child mind, with its devious thoughts and actions, as in the tale of The Good Die Young. Years ago, when I was practicing medicine, I brought a child into the world, a girl who was named Sandra. In the years that followed, she grew into an extremely beautiful and clever child. But my story begins the day that Martha, the housekeeper, was finishing her duties for the last time.
Sandra, come in here. I want to see you. Sandra!
Were you calling me, Martha?
Yes. I told you to come right home after school. Where have you been?
Oh, I'm sorry, Martha. I didn't hear you tell me to come home right after school. I'm sorry, truly I am.
Save your acting for your father, young lady. It hasn't fooled me for a long time. Sandra, since your mother died, you're becoming more and more of a problem every day. Well, at least after tonight, I won't have to put up with your lies and your 1,001 little tricks.
What do you mean, Martha?
Your father won't be needing a housekeeper anymore. I'm leaving tonight.
But why?
Well, I'm not supposed to tell you. But you may as well know now as later. Your father is bringing home a new mother for you tonight.
A new mother?
Yes, he's just married again.
But I don't want a new mother. Daddy and I don't need anyone else. We're happy the way we are.
Sandra, stop screaming.
I won't have it. Do you hear? I won't have it.
Your new mother's a very fine woman. I met her last night.
I hate her. I hate her. Daddy's mine and no one else's. She hasn't any right to him.
If you don't stop that screaming, I'll tell your father when he comes home tonight.
Oh, no, don't do that. I'll be good. But I hate her, and I always will. I'll never stop hating her.
That's a fine way to talk. Perhaps I ought to warn the poor woman about Sandra. No, then it's none of my business. Besides, she'll find out about her soon enough. Stephen, it's ridiculous you're carrying me across the threshold.
Hi, darling. It's tradition in my family to carry the bride over the threshold. There you are.
Oh, Stephen, what a lovely house.
Oh, you haven't seen the best part of it yet. Sandra.
Do you think she'll like me, Stephen? I do so want her to.
Of course she will.
Perhaps you should have told her about us, instead of breaking it to her so unexpectedly like
Oh,
this.
nonsense, Helen. I know my daughter. She's a wonderful child. And she'll fall madly in love with you at the first sight, just as her father did. Sandra, where are you? Daddy.
Daddy, you're home early. Oh, I'm so glad.
How are you, darling?
Oh, Daddy.
I have a surprise for you.
A surprise?
Hmm? Sandra, this is Helen. Helen, I want you to meet my daughter, Sandra.
Hello, Sandra.
Hello.
Darling, the surprise I just mentioned is Helen. We were married this afternoon. That means that Helen is now your mother.
Oh, Daddy, that's wonderful. Now I'll have a mother just like all the other girls do. Oh, I'm so glad.
So am I, Sandra. And I'm sure we're all going to be very happy together.
Of course we are.
That night, after the family had said goodbye to Martha and seen her off, Sandra was sent to bed. She lay quietly in the darkness, thinking. Occasionally she would speak softly to her doll, Barbara.
She hasn't any right being here, Barbara. Daddy and I were perfectly happy until she came along. Tonight he didn't even notice me. Just kept looking at her. Well, she shan't have him. He's always been mine, and he always will be. There. That's enough of that. Now, let me see.
The second time this afternoon I've asked you not to pound the keys that way. That's no way to play.
I'm sorry, Mother.
It's not only the piano, dear. There are many other little things. You pay no attention when I speak to you about them.
I don't mean to do them, Mother. I just forget.
Well, please try to remember, dear. Now, I want you to play the piano as you did last night for Daddy. He was very pleased.
Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother?
I thought I asked you to stop pounding the piano like that.
But, Mother, I was just composing a new piece for Daddy.
Well, that wasn't music, Sandra, but just noise. That'll be enough for today.
Hello, beautiful.
How are you, darling?
Well, I wasn't Sandra at the door to meet me. She's all right, isn't she?
Oh, of course, dear. Stephen.
Hmm?
I was a bit angry with Sandra this afternoon.
Angry with Sandra? Why, what'd she do?
Well, several times this afternoon I had to speak to her about pounding the piano, being loud and discordant.
Well, that isn't like Sandra. You know how well she plays.
Yes, of course. That wasn't the way she played today.
Well, I'll go up and see her.
All right. Supper will be ready soon.
All right, Ellen. Why, Sandra, what's this?
Oh, Daddy, Daddy.
What's wrong, dear? You never cry.
I was only trying to compose a new piece for your birthday next month.
A new piece for my birthday?
Yes, I wanted to surprise you.
Oh, there, dear. You mustn't cry. I'm sure Mother understands you didn't mean to be bad. Now, here, let me wipe your tears.
Oh, Daddy, I love you so. I just wanted to compose something wonderful for you.
I understand, darling.
Oh, Daddy, you always understand.
Is supper ready, dear?
Mm-hmm. Where's Sandra?
She'll be down in a minute. Helen,
Yes, Stephen?
she really didn't mean to pound on the piano and get on your nerves. Just she was trying to compose a new piece for me.
Stephen, it wasn't music. It was just noise.
Well, you mustn't be harsh with her. You know what children are like. In their enthusiasm, they forget what they're told.
But, Stephen, I don't know exactly what to say.
It's just a question of being patient with her, winning her love.
All right, Stephen. Perhaps I was a bit impatient with her. You know I want nothing more than for the three of us to be happy together.
I know that, darling. And the three of us will be happy together.
In the weeks that followed, Helen tried to overlook Sandra's slamming of doors, constant droppings of objects, and other nerve-wracking incidents. In time, she felt, Sandra would come to accept her love and guidance. It was just a matter of patience.
Sandra, is that you?
Yes, Mother.
Please sit down, dear. I want to talk to you.
All right, but do hurry. Daddy will be home soon.
Sandra, every day I've been giving you milk money for school. Why haven't you been buying milk with that money?
But I have been, Mother.
Now, please, Sandra, I won't punish you. I just want to know what you've been doing with that money.
I've been buying milk with it.
Please, Sandra. Mrs. Gordon, your teacher, told me you haven't bought milk for almost a month now.
But I have. She just doesn't
Sandra,
happen to...
I won't have you lying to me. Now, that's your father. We'll see what he has to say about this.
You don't understand. You just don't understand.
Stephen?
Sandra, what are you crying about?
I'm sorry, Stephen, but Sandra's been misbehaving. I think you'd better speak to her.
You just don't understand.
What's she done, Helen?
Mrs. Gordon, her teacher, told me today that for the past month, Sandra hasn't been buying milk with her milk money.
Is that true, Sandra?
And what's worse, Stephen, when I asked Sandra about it, she lied and said that she had been buying milk at school.
Why, Sandra, it isn't like you to lie about things.
I didn't mean to lie about it. I just wanted to keep it a surprise.
What a surprise.
Your birthday present.
Oh?
I saved my milk money so that I could buy you a pipe. It's here in this box.
Sandra, you know I'd have given you money to buy a birthday present for Daddy.
It isn't the same thing. I wanted to buy him a present with my own money.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sandra. Well, you might have told me about it when I asked you.
And then it wouldn't have been a real surprise. I did want to surprise Daddy, so...
But you have, darling. This is a beautiful pipe.
No, the surprise is spoiled. Your birthday isn't till tomorrow.
Well, this is much better, darling. It means I'll be able to smoke this pipe tonight. Oh, now, please stop crying. You go upstairs and wash your face and hands, huh?
All right, Daddy.
I'm sorry, Stephen, but I had no idea what she'd done with the money, and she did lie when I asked her about it.
Well, if you'd only have a little more faith in her, Helen. I know it's difficult to understand her at times, but that's because as a child she looks at things differently.
I'm sorry, Stephen, if you think I've failed with her.
Oh, but you haven't, Helen. I'm sure that in time she'll come to love you as much as she loves me.
I don't know, Stephen. I often wonder about that.
As the weeks went by, Helen found herself coming no closer to winning Sandra's confidence. It wasn't that Sandra was unfriendly, but there was an air of reserve about her, which vanished only in her father's presence. Helen felt Stephen watching her anxiously when Sandra was about, and sought to reassure him. Her one thought was to preserve their happiness.
Hello, Helen.
Hello, dear.
Oh, what happened to that vase, dear?
Sandra broke it.
Oh? Well, accidents will happen.
Stephen, this is the fourth piece she's broken in 2 weeks. And each of them were pieces I've treasured, had for years.
Why, Helen, you sound as though Sandra had deliberately broken those vases because they were yours.
Well, why is it that only my things are broken?
Oh, Helen, surely you don't believe she's deliberately breaking your things.
I don't know what to believe. The first few times I thought it was an accident, but now...
But Helen...
Oh, please, Stephen, let's not quarrel. Perhaps I'm wrong. I admit I haven't any proof. It's just all the little things adding up.
Helen, what are you talking about?
Oh, you wouldn't understand even if I told you.
Where's Sandra?
In her room, I suppose.
Well, I'll go up and see what she's doing. Huh?
All right.
Sandra, it's Daddy. Are you in your room? Huh. Funny. She isn't here. Hello, what's this? A note addressed to me. Dear Daddy, I'm sorry about the broken vase. Tried my best to be a good girl, but everything I do seems wrong. I make Mother very unhappy, so I'm running away. I love you very much and always will. Your daughter, Sandra.
After searching vainly for an hour in the dark and cold, Stephen returned and notified the police. All through the long hours of the night, he and Helen sat up, not saying a word, each afraid to speak, fear of what might be said. As the first rays of dawn showed, the doorbell rang. Stephen rushed to answer.
Mr. Hamilton?
Sandra.
Oh, Daddy, Daddy.
Darling, everything's all right now.
I'm the police patron from the 55th Street station, Mr. Hamilton. One of the officers on the force just found her.
Thank you. Thank you very much for bringing her home.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Hamilton. It's our job. Goodbye.
Goodbye. There, dear. Don't cry.
Oh, Daddy, it was so dark out there. And I thought I'd never see you again.
What a thing to say.
How do you feel, Sandra?
You want me to take a Stephen and put her to bed?
No, I'll do it, Helen.
All right, Stephen. Just as you say.
Is she all right, Stephen?
She just fell asleep. I hope her being out all night won't have any after effects.
Stephen, you feel I'm to blame for her running away, don't you?
Of course not, Helen. It's just that... Well, you don't seem to understand her.
But, Stephen, I've tried so hard. Oh, it's no use. She doesn't want me here, never has.
Helen, how can you talk like that? Why, she was delighted the day I brought you here as my wife.
Yes, I thought she was in the beginning. But now I know she was just pretending.
Pretending?
Yes, Stephen. From the first moment she saw me, she resented me. She feels I've come between you, taken her place in your affection.
Oh, Helen, how can you say such a thing?
It's true, I tell you. She sees me as a rival for your love.
You're just imagining all this.
I'm not, I tell you. Oh, it's no use, Stephen. We can't go on this way.
What do you mean?
Don't you see? We aren't happy anymore. Instead of things improving, they get worse. Perhaps it would be best if we were to separate.
Helen, I won't hear of it. I love you, darling. I wouldn't want to live without you. Whatever misunderstandings we may have about Sandra, I'm sure we can straighten them out.
I don't know, Stephen.
If you love me, Helen, you won't give up so easily. Please, say you won't leave.
All right, Stephen. I won't leave. Perhaps we will be able to work this out. I hope so.
Sandra, Mother and I were very upset when you ran away last night. Mother seems to think you ran away because you couldn't get along with her. She felt so badly about it, she wanted to go away.
She did?
Yes. But I told her how much we both loved and needed her, so she's promised to stay.
Oh, I see.
Sandra, you will try to be a good girl and do as Mother wants, won't you? It would make Daddy very happy.
Oh, Daddy, I'd do anything to make you happy, anything.
That's a good girl, darling. Now, you get up and get dressed, huh? I'll wait for you downstairs.
All right, Daddy. Just doesn't understand. He should have let her go, but she's still here. And she's going to stay. I won't have it. I won't have it. I hate her. I hate her.
A week passed. A week in which Sandra's behavior pleased Helen no end. At last it seemed they were going to be the happy family she had always dreamed they would be.
Helen,
Yes, dear?
will you bring my coat with you when you come downstairs? Sandra and I are going for a walk.
All right, Stephen. I'll get it and be right down.
Daddy, can we walk down to the river?
Oh, we won't have enough time for that, Sandra.
Stephen? I have your coat, but I can't find your scarf.
Oh, the scarf's down here, Helen. Just bring the coat.
Oh, all right. Stephen, I hope...
Helen! Helen, are you all right? Helen, speak to me.
Daddy, is she dead?
No, Sandra, don't talk like that. Quick, phone Dr. Smith at once.
I arrived at the Hamilton home to find Helen suffering from shock, but otherwise unhurt. I was somewhat disturbed, however, to find her very nervous and run down.
She'll be all right, won't you, Doctor?
Yes, of course. I'm going to leave you a prescription, Mrs. Hamilton. It's something that will help quiet your nerves. You ought to take it twice a day. Here's the prescription, Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll have it filled at once.
Well, Sandra, how are you? You've been so quiet, I hardly knew you were here.
I'm fine, thank you.
You're growing up to be quite a young lady. Are you still troubled by nightmares?
Yes, she still has them once in a while.
No, it's just her nerves. If she continues to have them, you might give her some of the medicine I've prescribed for your wife. Well, I must be leaving. Goodbye, Mrs. Hamilton, and stay in bed a few days.
I will, Doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doctor. Well, darling, you gave us quite a scare.
Yes, I slipped on something on the top step.
You must have slipped on a marble, dear. I found 7 or 8 of them on the top step.
Marble? Sandra, were they your marbles?
No, Mother. They belong to Margie. She must have left them on the stairs when we were playing here.
Oh, I see.
It wasn't my fault. Truly it wasn't.
Of course it wasn't, Sandra. Our mother knows you wouldn't leave marbles lying around where she could slip on them. Isn't that so, Ellen?
Yes, Stephen. I'm sure Sandra wouldn't want anything to happen to me. Sandra, will you come into Mother's room a moment, please?
Yes, Mother.
The medicine that Dr. Smith prescribed for me is in the bathroom. Will you get it for me, please?
All right, Mother.
You'll find it in the medicine chest. It's in a blue bottle.
Yes, I know what it looks like. Oh, here it is.
That's fine, Sandra. Just bring it to me.
Here you are, Mother.
Thank you, dear. Oh, Sandra, this isn't the medicine that Dr. Smith prescribed for me. Didn't you read the label? This bottle has poison in it.
Poison?
Why, yes. It's right here in red letters on the label.
Oh, I'm sorry, but this bottle is blue, too. It looks just like the one with your medicine.
Yes, it does at that. Now, I'll put this bottle of poison back and get me my medicine.
Yes, Mother.
I'll have to get rid of that poison. It's too dangerous to keep in the medicine chest.
Would have been awful if you took the poison, wouldn't it, Mother? Then you might have died. No, go away. I hate you. Oh, I hate you. He's mine. You shan't have him. He's mine.
wake up. You're having a nightmare.
Oh, Daddy. Daddy. Oh, don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Well, of course I won't, Sandra.
Stephen, she's so frightened.
Yes, these nightmares leave her nervous for hours. Darling, there's nothing to cry about now.
Oh, Daddy. I was so frightened.
Stephen, come here a moment, will you, please?
All right, Ellen.
Oh, Daddy, don't leave me.
No. I'm not going to leave you. I'm just going to see what Mother wants. What is it, Ellen?
Stephen, Dr. Smith said if she had a nightmare, some of the medicine he prescribed for me would help her.
Well, Sandra doesn't like taking medicine.
But this medicine's very easy to take, and it'll have her asleep in no time.
All right, you think it's best.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Now, you go back to Sandra while I get the medicine and a glass.
All right, Ellen. Now, Sandra, you must stop your crying. Daddy's here.
Don't go away, Daddy. I want you to stay with me.
Of course I'll stay with you. What were you dreaming about, dear?
I don't know. It was all so mixed up. Oh, Daddy, will you always love me more than anybody else in the world?
Of course. Now stop your crying.
All right, Stephen, I'll have it. Now, if you just have Sandra sit up.
Come on, darling. Sit up now. That's it.
What's Mother doing?
She's pouring you some medicine. It'll help you sleep, darling.
Medicine?
Yes. It's the same medicine Mother takes for her own nurse.
No, I don't want it.
Now, please, Sandra. It'll make you feel much better.
No, don't come near me. I don't want it.
Sandra, Mother takes it twice a day. There's nothing to it.
No, I won't take it. I won't.
Perhaps you'd better let it go, Helen.
Nonsense, Stephen. She'll have us up all night if she doesn't take it.
Oh.
Now, Sandra, stop being a baby and take this medicine.
No, Daddy, don't let her make me take it. Don't let her.
Sandra, are you going to let me give you this quietly, or do I have to make you take it?
No, it'll kill me. I know it will.
Here, let me hold your head. That's it.
No.
Now, Sandra, stop clenching your teeth. Open your mouth. Do you hear?
Daddy, don't let her.
There, he's taken it. All this fuss over nothing.
Helen, she's talking.
Daddy, it burns.
Sandra, what's wrong?
It's burning me, Daddy. Help me. Help me. I can't breathe.
Helen, quick. Call Dr. Smith. Tell him it's an emergency.
Stephen, here's Dr. Smith.
Let me see her. She's been unconscious for 10 minutes now. Doctor, you must do something. I'm afraid it's too late, Mr. Hamilton. She's dead.
Oh, no. No, she can't be.
I'm sorry. How can she be? We only gave her the medicine you prescribed for Helen.
Yes, here it is.
Let me see it. But this medicine wouldn't kill her. It's only a nerve tonic. You can see. Doctor, what is it? Why, this is the bottle, all right. But the medicine in it isn't the medicine I prescribed.
But it is. I took some of it last night.
I assure you, this isn't the medicine I prescribed. Then what is in that bottle? It smells like carbolic acid. Carbolic acid?
But that's impossible. Look at the label. You can see it's my medicine.
Yes, the label's right, but someone poured out the medicine I prescribed and replaced it with carbolic acid.
Oh, no.
But why? Why should anyone want to do such a thing? Who could possibly want to kill Sandra? Everyone loved her. Ask Helen. She'll tell you that Sandra...
Stephen, why are you looking at me like that? Surely you don't believe I poisoned her. Stephen. No. No!
I happen to think it's an excellent question. You're dead, your lungs have rotted away.
Would you...
Hey, guys. What's happening, man? Zzz.
Bernie, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm from here, man. I drive in on the weekend so my mom can do my laundry.
Is your house near here?
Yeah, sure. It's right over there, man.
Out of my way, you nut job. I call dibs on the house.
Sure. Come on over, man.
Go away. We don't want any. Nobody's home. We don't want a copy of the Watchtower.
It's me, man. Open up. Dave's not here. No, it's Bernie, man. He says he's Bernie.
Do we believe him?
Take a peek out the window and see who it is. Run, man, open up.
Looks like Bernie.
It could be a clone.
All right, Bernie, we're gonna unlock the door. But you gotta get in here quick. All right, Bernie, the door's unlocked.
Guys? Hey, guys, where'd you go?
Behind the door.
Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, that gave me a knot on my head.
Oh, I have a skull fracture.
Well, my wound involves actual living flesh, so stop whining.
So, Bernie, where are your folks?
Oh, they're in the kitchen, man. So, Bernie, my lad, what's this whole thing with crazy kids and the thing in the rhubarb? Not that any of this was a result of anything I might have been involved in. Well, I got to my mom and dad. Hold on. I must write all this down. Not because I'm quantifying the results of an experiment I'm working on by using the inhabitants of your hometown as guinea pigs. I'm writing an article for the school paper.
Seriously?
I got to my mom and dad's yesterday, right? I saw this crop duster spraying the rhubarb fields, right, man? Oh, yes, the little single engine with the yellow stripes and the skull and crossbones on the wing. Or so I've heard. Anyway, man, the rhubarb got really big, man, like in just a couple of minutes. Oh, hey, you want a glass of Kool-Aid or something, man? Yeah, do you mean the blood of that insane pitcher that runs crashing through walls?
Doc.
You know, his head is wide open every time he goes running through a wall. There's got to be fiberglass insulation in that. Plaster, nails. So, like, my mom runs out and gets some rhubarb and makes all these pies, man, and that's what people do here, you know, man. They make pies. Yes, I know.
It never ends, does it?
So I started eating pies, man. I just started eating those pies, and it was like I'd been born, so I could just put those pies in my mouth, man, you know? Testify, brother.
Shush.
It was then, man, that I knew I needed to listen to everything he who eats the pies had to say, man.
What?
Oh, it's true, man. He who eats the pies knows stuff, and he beams it right into your brain. For instance, I know all adults needed to be killed and made into pies by us kids, right, man?
Bertie, you're over 40.
Oh, only physically, man. I mean, mentally, I'm like, oh, dude, something like 12 3/4.
Bernie.
Oh, well, maybe more like 5/8.
Bernie.
Why don't you meet my folks, man? My mom is the pie with the scalloped edges and the sugar sprinkles on top, and Dad over there has cinnamon. I threw in some apples in there too, man, because, you know, he just loves apples. Yes, that's the time. I'm late for my banjo lesson.
You're not going anywhere.
Hey, it's that creepy kid. Who is that creepy kid?
Oh, that's Hezekiah, man. He's the little dude in charge.
You must be sacrificed to he who eats the pies.
You must be sacrificed to he who eats the pies.
More creepy kids. Bernie. Bernie. Come on. Can you help a zombie out? And this fruitcake here?
What? Sorry, man. It's all about he who eats the pies now, man. I have no idea how this could get any worse. Sorry, guys. I have to take your pies. No! Now, Hezekiah, little dude?
Yes, stupid head. Jeez, you're such a noob.
Oof, gasp! Due to the complete lack of visual aids in this podcast, I must quickly explain that Dr. Despicable was clobbered by a giant rhubarb-wielding Bernie. Ugh, good gravy. Before I black out, I must specify it's the rhubarb that's giant, not Sweet Jiminy Cricket, that rhubarb freaking smarts.
Shut up already. Jeez.
Down, man.
Ow!
Down!
Oh, I'm a pretty princess.
Dude, down! Oh, my marvelous brain-filled head.
Oh, where are we?
You're in the rhubarb field awaiting sundown. Once the sun sets, he who eats the pies will appear. Then we'll kill you and make you into pies to feed he who eats the pies.
You must be sacrificed to he who eats the pies.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
What? Doc, are you listening to what this kid's saying?
No, not really. He said pie a few times and I went to my happy place. You know, there's pie in my happy place. Pie, glorious
Doc,
pie.
Shut up. Doc,
mince,
Doc, I hate you,
apple,
Doc.
and custard.
I hate you with everything inside me.
Oh, that can't be much. Lucky for me, you're a zombie.
Silence, interlopers and future pies. I'll leave Eugene here to watch you.
I'm Eugene. I'm this many years old.
Oh, splendid. More children.
One time, when I was this many, I ate a bug. I cried, but my cousin said you can eat bugs, and it's okay. And it doesn't make you sick, so I fed my cousin a bug. And he died.
Please, can't you just go ahead and kill me instead?
We shall return at sundown to summon he who eats the pies.
You know, Doc, every day I think there isn't anything more you could do to make me regret knowing you any more than I already do. And then you surprise me.
One time, when I was this many, I had a surprise for my uncle, so I hid. And when he came over, I jumped out and said, "Surprise!" And then he died.
It's all right, Zombie. I got an angle. But we have to get rid of this brat first.
I've got an idea. Hey, Eugene, do you smell that?
I didn't do it.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Eugene, I smell candy.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Not jawbreakers, huh? 'Cause one time when I was this many, my friend had a jawbreaker, then he was hit by a bus. Then he died.
What kind of candy do you like?
I like butterscotches.
Well, I smell butterscotches. Butterscotch.
Where?
About 45 miles due northeast.
Taxi! Taxi!
Where to, Mac?
Follow that butterscotches.
You got it, Bub, so long as it ain't the airport. I don't go to the airport without a substantial deposit.
Okay, Doc, now what?
Now I shall summon Captain Bone Marrow and Dr., and I use the term loosely, Von Martinez.
How will you do that?
With the Poops signal in my Poops decoder ring.
Hey, I don't have a Poops decoder ring.
We're, rethinking the present Poops lineup.
What?
And now we await our extraction from Eggleston, the pie capital of the United States.
And that's why it's never a good idea to give someone an enema without asking first.
I'll bet Tony Danza already knew that.
It's the poop signal.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Oops. Forgot we didn't back into the parking spot this time. So, now what?
I think Who's the Boss is on.
All right, whatever.
Yes, sirree. Any minute now they'll show up and save us.
And while we await rescue, here's one last creepy child-themed story. Written by Richard Matheson, read by Dreadful John. Here's the Dreadful John at Midnight episode, Born of Man and Woman.
Good morning. This is Dreadful John. It is my special pleasure to be back with you after a grueling respite. This morning's story is entitled Born of Man and Woman by Richard Matheson. With his permission, I will read it for you. This day, when it had light, Mother called me a wretch. You wretch, she said. I saw in her eyes the anger. I wondered what it is, a wretch. This day, it had water falling from upstairs. It fell all around. I saw that. The ground of the back I watched from the little window. The ground that sucked up the water like thirsty lips. It drank too much and it got thick and runny brown. I didn't like it. Mother is a pretty, I know. In my bed place with cold walls around, I have a paper theme that was behind the furnace. It says on it, Screen Stars. I see in the pictures faces like of mother and father. Father says they are pretty. Once he said it. And also mother, he said. Mother so pretty and me decent enough. Look at you, he said, and didn't have the nice face. I touched his arm and said, It is all right, Father. He shook and pulled away where I couldn't reach. Today, Mother let me off the chain a little so I could look out the little window. That's how I saw the water falling from upstairs. A second day. This day it had goldness in the upstairs. As I know, when I looked at it, my eyes hurt. After I look at it, the cellar is red. I think this was church. They leave the upstairs. The big machine swallows them and rolls out past and is gone. In the back part is the little mother. She is much smaller than me. I am big. It is a secret, but I have pulled the chain out of the wall. I can see out the little window all I like. In this day, when it got dark, I had eaten my food and some bugs. I hear laughs upstairs. I like to know why there are laughs for. I took the chain from the wall and wrapped it around me. I walked squish to the stairs. They creak when I walk on them. My legs slip on them because I don't walk on stairs. My feet stick to the wood. I went up and opened a door. It was a white place. White as white jewels that come from upstairs sometimes. I went in and stood quiet. I hear the laughing some more. I walked to the sound and looked through to the people. More people than I thought was. I thought I should laugh with them. Mother came out and pushed the door in. It hit me and hurt. I fell back on the smooth floor and the chain made noise. I cried. She made a hissing noise into her and put her hand on her mouth. Her eyes got big. She looked at me. I heard Father call. "What fell?" he called. She said, "A iron board." "Come help pick it up," she said. He came and said, "Now is that so heavy you need?" He saw me and grew big. The anger came in his eyes. He hit me. I spilled some of the drip on the floor from one arm. It was not nice. It made ugly green on the floor. Father told me to go to the cellar. I had to go. The light, it hurt some now in my eyes. It is not so like that in the cellar. Father tied my legs and arms up. He put me on my bed. Upstairs, I heard laughing while I was quiet there looking on a black spider that was swinging down to me. I thought what Father said. "Oh God," he said, and only ate. A third day. This day, Father hid in the chain again before it had light. I have to try pull it out again. He said I was bad to come upstairs. He said never do that again or he would beat me hard. That hurts. I hurt. I slept the day and rested my head against the cold wall. I thought of the white place upstairs. A fourth day. I got the chain from the wall out. Mother was upstairs. I heard little laughs very high. I looked out the window. I saw all little people like a little mother and little fathers too. They are pretty. They were making nice noise and jumping around the ground. Their legs was moving hard. They are like mother and father. Mother says all right, people look like they do. One of the little fathers saw me. He pointed at the window. I let go and slid down the wall in the dark. I curled up as they would not see. I heard their talks by the window and foots running. Upstairs there was a door hitting. I heard the little mother call upstairs. I heard heavy steps and I rushed to my bed place. I hit the chain in the wall and lay down on my front. I heard Mother come down. "Have you been at the window?" she said. I heard the anger. "Stay away from the window. You have pulled the chain out again." She took the stick and hit me with it. I didn't cry. I can't do that. But the drip ran all over my bed. She saw it and twisted away and made a noise. "Oh, my God," she said. "Why have you done this to me?" I heard the stick go bounce on the stone floor. She ran upstairs. I slept the day. A fifth day. This day it had water again. When Mother was upstairs, I heard the little one come slow down the steps. I hid myself in the coal bin, for Mother would have anger if the little mother saw me. She had a little live thing with her. It walked on the arms and had pointy ears. She said things to it. It was all right, except the live thing smelled me. It ran up the coal and looked down at me. The hair stood up. In the throat, it made an angry noise. I hissed, but it jumped on me. I didn't want to hurt it. I got fear because it bit me harder than the rat does. I hurt, and the little mother screamed. I grabbed the live thing tight. It made sounds I never heard. I pushed it all together. It was lumpy and red on the black coal. I hid there when Mother called. I was afraid of the stick. She left. I crept over the coal with the thing. I hid it under my pillow and rested on it. I put the chain in the wall again. A day. This is another time. Father chained me tight. I hurt because he beat me. This time I hit the stick out of his hands and made noise. He went away and his face was white. He ran out of my bed place and locked the door. I am not so glad. All day it is cold in here. The chain comes slow out of the wall. And I have a bad anger with Mother and Father. I will show them. I will do what I did that once. I will screech and laugh loud. I will run on the wall. Last, I will hang head down by all my legs and laugh and drip green all over until they are sorry they didn't be nice to me. If they try to beat me again, I'll hurt them. I will.
Greetings, this is Taliesin TTLG invading the frequency of fear to talk vampire kids, especially of the creepy variety. Now, kids in the vampire genre are not that unusual. Going back to Dracula, Bram Stoker had Lucy, in the guise of the Bloofer Lady, feeding on children. Of course, Stoker didn't go so far as to have the kids turn into vampires, though Van Helsing referenced the possibility. In the main, kids as vampires are creepy. I say in the main because completely risible films such as 1992's Dominion do their best to try and break this grand tradition. Today I want to look at 3 of the best appearances of creepy vampire kids in the movies. We can start in no better place than Interview with a Vampire. Whilst the stars of the film are listed as Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, the real star of the show was the then child actress Kirsten Dunst. Her performance as Claudia was faultless, carrying a maturity in her acting that belied her youth. It would have been too easy to cast a child actor who would have spoilt the film. Dunst's performance was as strong as the adults involved. The power of her acting then offers an explanation as to why this particular child vampire is creepy. It is due to the fact that she carries a maturity in her presence that is unnerving and unsettling, and portrays an evil intelligence. Stunning acting, however, isn't always needed to portray a creepy kid. Kids are creepy anyway, and when they are vampires? Night of the Devils, directed by Giorgio Ferroni, was based on the Alexis Tolstoy story, Family of the Vordelak, as was the earlier vampire segment by Mario Bava in his film Black Sabbath. Whilst ultimately the Bava version of the story is superior, unsurprisingly, as it is Bava, what Ferroni did really well was vampire kids. The Vordelak, the vampires of the story, seem to mix witch and vampire myths. We hear the original Vordelak referred to as a witch, but that is about as far as it goes. They can travel in daytime, we saw the witch in the woods, but they tend to come out at night. They specifically feed on those they love, for companionship in their deathly misery, and through this we get a wonderfully disturbing attack by the undead little girl upon her mother, using maternal love as a spur to capture the victim. In another scene, as adult Vordelak attack our main protagonist, the vampire girl and her brother laugh in a disturbing and eerie way. I must say, however, that whilst this isn't as good a movie as Black Sabbath, it is still a fine movie in its own right, and really worth tracking down. Of course, we cannot talk creepy vampire kids without Open the Window. Open the window, Mark. Open the window, Mark. Please, let me in. It's okay, Mark. I'm your friend. He commands it. And, of course, that is a quote from the 1979 make of Salem's Lot. The child at the window, scratching and demanding invitation. Who can say that, when we saw that in the 70s, it didn't freak us out? Indeed, director Tobe Hooper knew it was so effective that he used essentially the same scene 3 times, and, as a testament to his direction, it never became stale. The 2004 remake homaged that scene during its running time and has a couple of fantastic creepy Vampire Kids scenes itself. One with Ralphie Glick feeding on his mother and then launching at his father. The second involving a school bus, and let me just say, it was worth the entrance fee on its own. To get more information on these and many more vampire movies and books, visit Taliesin Meets the Vampires at taliesinTTLG.blogspot.com. Alternatively, find the link in the links of the Zombie Astronaut.
For generations, the Thorns have been a family of tremendous wealth, position, and power. Robert and Catherine had a perfect marriage and a beautiful child. Then something terrible happened. Then it happened again. Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, in The Omen. Rated R, restricted. Under 17, not admitted without parent. If this is the truth, where does it end?
He who eats the pies is like super cool man. La 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 la.
Bernie baby.
Who's that, man?
It's me, Bernie baby, the psychedelic rock legend Stoney Stevens.
Hey, you're dead, man. You died in the 60s when you tried to snort a bus, man.
It's not the real Stoney Stevens, baby. You've eaten so much pie, you're hallucinating, baby. Oh, yeah, pie hallucinations, baby.
Oh, wow, psychedelic rock legend Stoney Stevens. I don't know if I should be talking to you, man. I'm tripping on rhubarb, and I'm in like this cult. You know, we dig on this dude named He Who Eats the Pies, man. And I don't think he'd like me talking to you right now.
Listen to me, Bernie, baby. He who eats the pies is a bad dude.
Oh, I don't think he's so bad.
He made you kill your parents and make pies out of them. People pies, baby. Oh.
Hey, that's right, man. Oh, man, who's going to do my laundry now, man?
Dirty laundry little mama.
Dude, that rhubarb is bad stuff.
Rhubarb's got a problem. Oh, yeah.
What do I do, man? What do I do?
Listen to me, Bernie, baby. You have to save that crazy doctor and that dead dude. The doctor can help you out with your laundry problem. He's got brains, baby.
Yeah, right, man. He's got, laundry brains, man.
Laundry brains, clean the dirty laundry. Yeah, baby.
I need to save his laundry brains. Drat, the sun's going down. Confounded gravity.
Well, it's been stupid knowing you.
Doc, man.
Bernie?
Stoney Stevens gave me wisdom, man. Who will do my laundry? I need your laundry brains, Dr. Dude. So, are we better off now than before he showed up babbling?
Not sure. I assume we'll find out.
My Volkswagen van is parked a couple blocks away, man. We can get out of this like psycho rhubarb daycare.
Yeah, sounds better than this.
Wait, let me try something. Bernie, my boy, untie me, please. Sure, man. Ah, that's better. So, Bernie, how many fingers am I holding up? Oh, I'd say about 50 or so, man.
At least he has a car. Untie me and let's get out of this freaky place.
Not so fast.
Oh, rubbish. Doing anything slowly is a sign of weakness. Maybe uncertainty and insecurity. Quite possibly psoriasis. Never mind.
It's time to summon He Who Eats the Pies.
You must be sacrificed to He Who Eats the Pies.
Back off, you psychopathic kindergarteners.
Hey, I'm in 3rd grade.
Eat this, 3rd grader.
Ah! Pie in my eye! Pie in my eye!
All aboard the funky escape train! All right!
It's He Who Eats the Pies, man! Phew, That was exciting. I should perform these experiments on small towns more often.
It's not over yet.
See who eats the pies, man. Oh, what a pity none of us can do Jeff Goldblum. This is the perfect place for a Jurassic Park gag.
Captain Bone Marrow, do you have any explosives?
Yes.
Great,
Thank goodness.
Lots of them.
Right, man.
Literally tons of them.
You don't have them with you, do you?
Nope, all on my ship.
Bogus, man. Stupid pirate.
Can I get a witness? Wait, are we still...
No, we aren't.
Oh well. It was fun while it lasted.
I'll tell you what I do have. Dr. Despicable, front and center.
What, you irritable seafaring baboon?
Watch your mouth, I do carry a cutlass. Look under the seat.
Why, it's several 2 liters of knee-high peach soda, and Mentos, and Pop Rocks.
This is not the time to catch a sugar buzz, Doc.
First of all... Second of all, it's materials to make explosives.
Seriously?
And thirdly, there's never a bad time to catch a sugar buzz. A friend of mine told me that.
What friend?
C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
It's good enough for me, too. Oh, that's not important. Everyone stand back. If this compound is jarred suddenly, it could blow up the van. Bernie, slide the door open. Roger that, man. Steady. Steady. The fizzy bomb is armed.
All right. Wait for it. Now!
Missed.
Oh, man.
Well, why don't you try throwing an unstable 2 liter of peach soda out the door of a moving van?
Maybe I will. Arm the fizzy bomb.
Fizzy bomb armed. You abrasive control freak.
Give me the
just
bottle.
Because I may have caused the rhubarb to grow out of control.
Give me that bottle.
And just because it may have caused a teensy-weensy psychopathic behavioral shift in the local children. And just because they might have allegedly slaughtered their parents and made pies out of them, doesn't make you the boss of me.
It's going to explode, you idiot.
Hey, give that back. I'm not finished emoting self-righteously.
Last call for knee-high peach soda. Got him!
Oh, I'll never hear the end of this now.
No, you won't.
Well, I've got 1 bottle of soda left. Time for that sugar buzz.
Doc, I wouldn't do that.
Nonsense. I'm a doctor. I'm an expert in properly administrating sugary treats. Now stand back.
Take cover, everybody!
Oh, I think I'm gonna hurl, man.
I think I have some of your spleen in my hair.
Sorry, everyone. I felt a little gassy. Zombie, dearest friend, would you please stop eating my intestines?
Look, they stop being your intestines when they detach from your lower abdomen.
Oh, you kidder.
This has been the Zombie Astronaut's Frequency of Fear. For more horror, sci-fi, and suspense audio, see the website at www.zombieastronaut.net. Right now!
Rugrats and the Rhubarb was written by Casey Locke and W. Ralph Walters. Hezekiah was played by Kim Giannopoulos. Bernie and the cab driver were played by Casey Locke. The Rhubarb kids were Therese Chavas, Kim Giannopoulos, and W. Ralph Walters. Dr. Wilhelm von Martinez was played by Brent Hinks. Eugene was played by Therese Chavas. Dr. Despicable appears courtesy of the Vitamin P Research Foundation. All other voices were by W. Ralph Walters. The theme and end theme were written and performed by Papa Suede. All other music was licensed by Pro Samples, Loop Masters, Big Fish Audio, Audio Sparks, or written by W. Ralph Walters. For more Frequency of Fear, visit frequencyoffear.com.